So, hello everybody. Another Meet the Speaker from Lean 42. As you know, there's the Lean Leader Summit, our upcoming conference. It's taking place in Munich in, it's 2 weeks about. And it's about enterprise architecture, it's about IT management, it's about CIOs, it's about digitalization, and it's about AI and data. And we have a agenda. It's already online. You can look at it, and you'll find everything about the conference under this address, leanleadersummit.com. Yeah, and of the many speakers we already have at the conference, one is joining me today, Karoline. She's working with Syneco Trading. She's the CEO there, and let's get to know a little bit her, and let's talk a little bit about her talk she will give at the conference, which is about AI and software. So, Karoline, I hand over to you.
Maybe yes, thanks a lot. So I'm Karoline Stich. I work for Syneco Trading. I'm the CIO there. From my background, I have a background in mathematics and computer science as a minor. And then I'm not really went into the mathematics direction, but directly into the IT direction. I was working for E.ON a long time, so I have a long background in the energy market, and now I'm with Syneco Trading for 7 years now as head of the IT department. For those who don't know Syneco, we are a company. We have 3 pillars. We provide services, we provide SaaS solutions, and also energy trading for utilities. And so as the most of you have recognized, there's a big change in the energy market. It's moving fast, going from centralized procurement in utilities, moving to decentralized procurement, like with solar, with wind, but also every small customer now has a solar panel at its balcony. So that also means a change in the consumer behavior. And that also brings a lot of change to our company, of course. So we have all the processes are changing at the same time. So this also means change in the systems. And also, of course, this brings a lot of new opportunities concerning products, which also means a change in the systems. So that brings a big pressure on our IT department, of course, because we have we have a limited amount of developers and not enough resources right now to handle all those changes going on right now. So we are also hoping for AI also to bring a big efficiency boost there to be able to manage all those changes.
So a lot of to do, Energy market changes, AI comes in, software development, IT changes as a general. Well, let's look a little bit at your education first. You said you have a background in mathematics, and you didn't work as a mathematician, more moved on to IT. Now, as a CIO of a big corporation responsible for a lot of different things, you already mentioned processes, software, the people, also the business like the energy market. Does your background in mathematics still help you?
Well, I think it helps me, not the mathematics itself, but it tells me that I'm an analytical thinker. I can structure topics. Also, I'm really fast in learning new stuff. So I think for this, of course, it helps me, but not the mathematics itself, But of course, also the energy market, there's a lot of mathematics in there. I don't want to go too much into detail there. So there it helps, of course, to learn fast.
That's nowadays is always important. You're right. To adapt to new things and learn fast. And be quicker than maybe your competition, or be as quick as it is needed today. You already in the past you were leading digital transformation projects in the energy sector, and now this is something like AI comes in. Are there any parallels like digital transformation, AI transformation within? What are the similarities?
Well, you can always see with transformations, there's also always hesitance. So I was quite surprised when we first announced to our developers that we want to go into AI now for development. I was thinking they would all go like, yay, but no, that didn't happen. There are quite a few who are like, no, I don't see that. Do we really need this? How is this supposed to help us? So there's quite a lot of hesitance there, and they are not all welcoming it the way we would have expected.
Okay, so maybe we don't need any details. You will tell us a lot of in your talk, I think. But maybe what was the most unexpected hesitance or the most unexpected objections you got when you said, yeah, let's do AI. Here are the tools, you can use it. Let me help you maybe with your daily work. What was the most objections, the most thing you didn't think about at first?
What I was surprised, I mean, there are a lot of topics in development also that the developers don't like to do, like writing unit tests, doing documentation, also like simple code that's just like redundant, redoing. And I thought that for this, it's perfect because I mean, it's easy to implement. There are not that many, there's not that complexity in there, and it's also no fun to do. So I was expecting them to be like, yeah, let's outsource this to AI, and we don't have to spend our time on that. But also with that, they're quite hesitant if it's the quality is sufficient and what it does something wrong, etc. So I was quite surprised there because it would give a big opportunity to to focus on the stuff that's actually fun.
And still, because even if they could have done some, the task could be taken over by AI or they could be supported by AI, they were still hesitant. So they still said, okay, I'm not sure how to do that. Was there certain fear or something, or what did they tell you?
Well, as always, they don't really tell you that much.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, when we said, okay, we want to go in AI, from the beginning on, we said, okay, that doesn't mean that we want to like reduce our resources. So we always said that we have too much to do for the resource. So it was never a matter of like, letting people go. But maybe they didn't believe us at that point. So maybe they were still scared that like bringing in AI, getting more efficiency, that then we would reduce the developer team and it would mean for them maybe to lose their job.
Okay, so the fear that besides you told them and besides you wanted to introduce some helpful tools, I would say, they had to fear that that they would get rid of maybe later on, or staff would be reduced, and they might be one of them who had to leave maybe. Okay. You already said, so introducing AI, like introducing other things like keeping track of the ever-changing energy market, is a change. Yeah. So change management, I think, was already something you were, or Syneco was already familiar with, because you had a lot of changes in the past. So change management was there. Change management helped with AI, or didn't it?
You mean what do you mean with change management? Like a department for change management, or just like?
Yeah, for example, or to help something, maybe to help you introduce AI using change management methods generally. Was it present? Did it help you? Or did you just say, okay, AI software development, it's not like the energy market changing or so it's not a change project. It's more like a technology project or a more technology enabling thing you introduce.
I mean, it's a different kind of change. I mean, the changes we had in the past were more like project, like changes in processes maybe, but it wasn't as early as AI, of course, is. So I think that the change was different because it was not the way they are working, at least in the IT department, the change, but it was more like change in the processes, but still the same to do. Like, for example, the change from on-prem to cloud. Of course, there was also a big change because there are like different knowledge needed, etc. But there are still people who needed to manage the cloud. So it was like the same setup, just like somewhere else. They're like the same processes, the same knowledge needed. So it wasn't as thoroughly the change as AI, of course, is. Because for AI, I mean, since it can write code by itself. So of course you still need to prompt it, but it's a completely different way of working.
So the completely different way of working, what was the main thing for the developers, for the software engineering department to change or to switch? Was it the thinking more like, yeah, I have a kind of, well, AI is not maybe a new colleague, and it's maybe not just you Google something, maybe something in between. Was it that, or what was the main change in the way of working?
Yeah, I think it's like, of course, like having like know how to work with it, know what it's good at. I mean, it's not where a human being is. I mean, it's increasing. It's also like it's learning exponentially, but right now it's not as good as a developer, of course. So you need to know, okay, what can I use it for, and also maybe what can't I use it for? How do I use it? How do I need to do the prompts? How do I need to like review the code to also be sure that it's correct? I mean, even though they're working with AI, they're still responsible for what they commit. So even though AI wrote the code, they cannot say, okay, no, that wasn't me, that was AI, but they still are in charge of what has been developed also by AI. So they need to review it. So it's a completely different way of working.
I think this is an important thing you just mentioned, that software developers, architects, and so on are still responsible for the work to do, what they commit, what they kind of produce. Yeah. And yeah, because recently I talked to a colleague of mine who works in the software development sector. He's the head of a software development company, and he said, we have one really special problem. We encountered it several times already. So AI seems to learn some code from the internet, of course, it's trained to do that, but learns some code that has been intentionally placed there and contains security flaws. And then when a developer asks the AI, whatever system it is, might get something which not quite easily recognizable contains a security flaw. So attackers now, don't actually attack the system, but attack kind of the value chain right up at the front to tell or have the AI learn code that looks okay, but has a security flaw. And then maybe months or years later, they can exploit it. Yeah. Have you encountered something like that? That you say, okay, AI was, or the usage of AI really led to something which was dangerous, I would say.
Yeah, luckily not yet, no.
Okay.
But of course, like with every technology, there also comes like the bad side with it. So of course you need to be careful there that the quality is correct and that nothing can jump in that you don't want to have in your system. So that's why I say it's really important, even though AI is writing the code, always to have a look at, okay, what was written, and also do security checks before you actually commit this into production.
Okay, so yeah, it's an issue, but as always, when you use tools, so you always have kind of the issue, and I think that you said it quite clear. The responsibility is still with the developer or the architect, like this. Okay, so you will give a talk at our conference. It's July the 2nd and July the 3rd. Yeah, main agenda is on July the 3rd. We will have some preliminary workshops on July the 2nd. And yeah, whoever wants to join us at the conference on site in Munich, there are still one few tickets left. I think it's something between 10 or 12 tickets we still have left. You can just go to the website and you get a discount code now, some last orders, something like this. So we would be happy to have to sell the last remaining seats and tickets to people. Okay. Another maybe last question. Another interesting insight. You want to join with us? You want to tell us right now, not giving too much information about it. I'll be eager to hear it and to come to the conference, of course. Maybe not additional insight from you regarding your talk about AI and software development.
Well, I'm going to talk about especially the change in the mindset, how we manage to actually get the developers to use AI, because I mean you cannot force them. You can always like say, okay, use it, and then they'll just do whatever they want, because I mean you cannot really control it. But this means that you need to have a mindset change within the developer team. And yeah, I'm going to give an insight of how we managed to do this. Yeah.
Cool. Really looking forward to this. This is interesting. Yeah, because I think a lot of companies nowadays think about introducing AI, using AI, or when it's come from a CIO view, an architecture point of view, maybe you need to have some standards, some governance around AI. And so it's interesting to see what might work or what might not work. Just because I'm curious, was it the option to say, okay, after kind of a trial period with AI, not to use it, and to say, okay, it's not nothing. It's
not using it. I think there'll be no way around. Sorry, okay. I think there'll be no way around AI. I think because I mean it was an option. I think there are like different tools we look at that, because there are like difference in quality and usability. But it was never an option not to go with AI. No, I think AI will be the future. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right, and it's just you need to adopt it in the right way. You need to select what to use, how to use it, adopt your processes, and kind of implement the change from before AI now to using AI. That's the I think that's it for today, Karoline. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Yes, thanks a lot for giving me the opportunity.
You're welcome. And then, we're all looking forward to your talk at the Lean Leader Summit in 2 weeks, 15 days, I would say. It's something like this. See you there.
Thank you.